Access to the Tesla Supercharger network continues to expand to more and more automakers. Just this week, Honda and Acura announced its electric vehicle customers would have access to Tesla Superchargers starting in June of this year. It's only a little over 2 months away. So I reached out to Honda to ask them a few questions about the adapters, how customers would get adapters, what adapters are authorized, and I have answers to all those questions coming up in today's video. Let's get into it. Okay, so I said that Honda and Acura announced that its customers would have access to Tesla Superchargers coming in June of this year. Now, I want to be clear that this only means V3 and later Tesla Superchargers. Tesla has gone through phases of different versions of their Superchargers. And the earlier models, the V2s that are out in the public now, and there's quite a few of them, will not charge non-Tesla vehicles. This isn't just a Honda and Acura thing. It won't those chargers won't charge electric vehicles from any other automaker. So you have to make sure that you know which superchargers you can go to. You can use the Tesla app. You'll also be able to use your Honda and Acura in-vehicle navigation because that's going to be set up to only display the Tesla Superchargers that you can use. So before we go any further, let's take a look at the press release announcing access to Tesla Superchargers. Honda Prologue and Acura ZDX owners will gain access to more than 20,000 selected Tesla Superchargers across the United States starting in June 2025, with the availability of the first Honda-approved NACS to CCS DC fast charging adapter. Approved adapters will better ensure a safe and reliable charging experience for Honda and Acura customers. The adapter was tested for safety, performance, and compatibility with the Prologue and ZDX for use at any NACS DC fast charging point and is the only DC fast charging adapter approved by Honda. Customers can purchase the new Honda-approved NACS to CCS DC fast charging adapter from authorized Honda and Acura dealerships in the United States starting in June, with pricing to be confirmed closer to market introduction. Honda Prologue and Acura ZDX owners will be notified via the Honda Link and Acura EV apps when adapters are available to purchase, and at that time, they will also be able to use the apps to locate authorized supercharger locations. To better ensure a safe and reliable charging experience, Tesla requires and accordingly, Honda strongly recommends the use of approved adapters when charging at Tesla Supercharger stations. Damage caused by using unapproved adapters may not be covered by vehicles' limited warranties. This video was sponsored by Qmerit, North America's premier installer of electric vehicle charging equipment. After I've helped you decide which electric vehicle charger you're going to buy, follow the link in the description of my videos and have Qmerit install it. And if you follow that link, Qmerit will waive the $150 installation deposit. But in order to have the deposit waived, you must follow the link in the description of my videos. Okay, so like the other OEMs that have gained Tesla Supercharger access already, Honda and Acura want to make it clear they only want their customers to use the adapter that they sell. And I specifically asked Honda if they're okay with using other OEM approved adapters. Let's say I get my adapter from Ford or General Motors or Hyundai and Kia. Can they use those on Honda and Acura vehicles? They're approved adapters, and as far as Tesla is concerned, they're okay for use on the Tesla Supercharger network because Tesla explicitly says the adapters that are approved by OEMs are allowed on their Supercharger network. So I have the Ford NACS adapter, which is right here. If I had this, can I use it on a Honda? Honda says no. They only want their customers to use the adapter that they sell. And they haven't announced pricing yet. That's going to come in June. I suppose shortly before, hopefully before the vehicles have supercharger access, you'll be able to get your adapter. So they're pretty strict on this, and I asked them specifically, you know, how about any of the other adapters that are approved? How about the Tesla adapter, the one that Tesla makes? And their answer was, we only want our customers using the adapter we're selling. That's the only one we've thoroughly tested for compatibility and safety. Okay, so very clear on that. Now we know that many customers will abide by those strict rules, and we also know that a lot of people won't. We've seen that already with many EV owners from a number of brands buying non-approved adapters online and using them on their vehicles. Luckily, I haven't heard of anybody having any problem yet. But if you are one of those people that are going to do that, there's a couple things you should know. There are a lot of adapters available right now, many of which are extremely inexpensive, like a little more than $100, and they are poorly engineered and unsafe. And this is the reason why the automakers are saying, do not use non-approved adapters. There's dozens of adapters out there. They don't have the time or the resources to check every single one. But what I will say is I have checked many of them. And the two that I still feel very comfortable with using is the Electron Vortex adapter, which is this adapter here, and also the A to Z Typhoon Pro adapter here, which I've seen engineering reports on. I've used them extensively on my cars. And obviously the Tesla adapter is totally fine to use if you were to get a hold of one of these. Now, I'm not telling you to do something that your automaker has told you not to do. That's a decision you're going to make. My advice would be to follow the automaker's advice. If they say only use their adapter, then use their adapter. But as I mentioned earlier, I know a lot of people aren't going to follow the advice. They're going to go out and get a third-party adapter. Please don't buy one other than these that I have up here at this point. There's a couple more I'm going to be testing soon. That one in particular that I have confidence in, coming from a very big, large established company that's going to be bringing a NACS adapter to market. And this company specializes in high voltage electric vehicle charging equipment. So they wouldn't be putting out something that wasn't safety certified. Matter of fact, they're not going to sell it until it's UL certified under UL 2252 code. None of these adapters are currently certified under UL 2252, which is the safety certification for electric vehicle charging adapters. That certification protocol was just finalized 3 days ago. So nobody's had enough time to certify their adapters to that yet. When the Honda Acura adapter comes to market, I am hopeful that it will have UL certification on it. I don't think at this point, now that UL 2252, which was a new code, is formalized and done, I don't think anybody should be releasing a new adapter without UL certification. And I would expect all of the adapters that are here, Ford's adapter, the Electron Vortex adapter, Tesla's adapter, A to Z Typhoon adapter, I would expect all of these to be in safety certification already now that that protocol is formalized, and we should hear about their safety certification within a matter of a couple of months. If they're not safety certified in a few months, I won't recommend them anymore. And I was only recommending them at this point because there was no safety certification, and I've tested them and used them, seen engineering reports, and I think they're solid adapters. But now that UL 2252 is done, let's see what happens. I'll be on top of that, and I will announce as each adapter gets UL certification. I will make a short video on it here as a quick update. Okay, so back to Honda and Acura. There was also a quote in the press release by Ryan Hardy, who is the VP of Sustainability and Business Development for American Honda. So let's take a look at that. Ryan said, adding Tesla Supercharger network access to the charging networks already available to our EV customers means industry-leading fast charging access for Honda and Acura EV drivers. By the end of the decade, we strive to provide Honda and Acura EV drivers with the most convenient and easy charging at more than 100,000 charge points nationwide, helping people choose to purchase an EV for the many benefits of driving one. Okay, before I wrap things up here, I want to point out that Honda also included pictures of their NACS adapter in the press release. And I have to tell you, it looks exactly like the Ford Electron co-developed adapter. And I asked Honda directly, is this the Ford adapter? Did you get permission from Ford to use this? Now remember, this is a Ford Lectron co-developed adapter, but Ford has the IP rights to this. Lectron can't sell this. They sell their Electron Vortex adapter, which really looks very similar, but there are differences, and I detailed them in previous videos. So I reached out to Honda and asked them, and they said, look, as well you know, the ZDX and the Prologue are basically General Motors engineered vehicles that Honda and the Acura have new badging on. I mean, they look different, but the basic vehicle, the charging characteristics, the battery systems, all that is General Motors. So they said, well, since it's a General Motors engineered vehicle, we went to them for the adapter. So Honda and Acura are getting the adapter from GM. So then I reached out to General Motors and said, hey, you got to tell me a little bit more about this adapter. Looks really like the Ford adapter. I mean, exactly. When you look at the pictures, every curve, every pin, everything about this looks exactly like the Ford adapter, which looks similar, but definitely different from the Electron Vortex. All of the changes that Ford made from the Vortex to their adapter appear to be in this GM adapter. So I asked GM about that. Is this the Ford adapter? I thought maybe they got permission from Ford or they paid Ford to use it. And they said, no, we co-engineered this adapter with Electron ourselves, and this is our adapter. So looks very similar to the Ford adapter. I'd imagine they did similar changes to the Electron Vortex. I know they have the interlock pin between the two DC pins, which the Electron Vortex doesn't have. And also the locking tab on the top looks exactly the same as the Ford one, which made me think that it really was the Ford one that they got permission to use, but General Motors told me it's not, that it's their adapter that they co-engineered with Electron, because that's different than the Electron Vortex locking pin on the top. So it just seemed very odd that all the characteristics of the adapter I saw in Honda's pictures are exactly the same as the Ford adapter. So maybe I'll learn more about this as we go on, but the Honda and Acura are getting it from GM. You'll be able to order it from your Honda and Acura dealerships starting in June. Okay, that's it for my Honda Acura gets Tesla Supercharger access video. I'm trying to stay on top of this as each OEM gets Supercharger access or announces the date when they're going to have Supercharger access. I'm also going to be following up on UL certification of all of these adapters really soon. And listen, if this is your first time here at State of Charge, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming electric vehicle news and reviews. And as always, thanks for watching.